Good morning, good morning. Welcome. I am the sports judge. When the Bucks lost to Orlando in their season finale on Sunday, they dropped to third in the Eastern Conference. I've been saying it. You guys heard me say it that this team is looking like a first round exit. Their first round matchup is the Indiana Pacers. They had their share of ups and downs. And in the 7 game playoff series, I just can't see them beating anybody in reality. I just can't see it. Every time I watch the Bucks play, I feel like it's about to end badly for them. Like it's going to turn out to be an epic disaster for them. And if you are a little bit in touch with reality, you would have known this Bucks team struggled since replacing fired coach Adrian Griffin with Doc Rivers, which was very laughable to me. We're talking about the most overrated coach in the history of the NBA, living off that one chip, was the guy that replaced Adrian Griffin. Doc Rivers has an amazing ability to talk people into giving him jobs. Firing a first year coach after 30-13 is wild. And so let's go get a coach who every time his Bucks get beat, he makes excuses for Milwaukee's struggles. With Doc Rivers, the Bucks are 15-15. They're at 500. Way too talented to be 15-15. And I know that some people are banged up, but that's no excuse to where they should be 15-15. Not where Giannis has missed extended time or Dame has missed extended time. They lost 4 of their last 5 games, and the only thing Doc Rivers can say is it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment period and all this other stuff. Damn, take some accountability for once. It is striking how, with every chance he gets, Doc just keeps on trying to escape accountability. I have no expectations for this Milwaukee team. This team, they probably don't even make the playoffs if they were in the West. Or they'll be a play-in team. This, therefore, is alarmingly bad. And this, we should note, nobody was ever scared of them. Why would that change now? That feels strange to say about a Bucks team that's usually a dominant power in the East. By now, we should know not to get our hopes up high for Milwaukee. Dame's value has diminished since he got to Milwaukee. Giannis has a calf injury. It was a non-contact calf injury. News has come out that Giannis may not be available for game 1 of this series. He's rehabbing every day. But there is still a lot of unknown about his status and that he may not be ready for the start of the series. The injury has slowed the Bucks. That's not being negative, just circumstantial reality. On paper, they are stacked as they come, but they find themselves at a crossroads. Look, they're limping into the playoffs. They're not intimidating at all. Teams they faced have buried the life out of the Bucks' rhythm. You get the Pacers in the first round. Not the best draw. Indiana has already beaten the Bucks 4 out of the 5 times they played them this year. They're not scared of Milwaukee and have improved since those matchups. Pascal Siakam is on the team now. Tyrese Halliburton is having a season, although 0 postseason experience. They have been competitive enough to be interesting and fun to watch. They are young. They are this young ascending group. So I do think Indiana can definitely make some noise, a lot of noise, and win the first round series. And if Giannis can't give it a go, let's say he missed significant time, the Pacers might be favored. But I think they're favored anyway, with him or without him. They're a dangerous matchup for this Bucks team. There's a chance the team you're thinking of right now can beat Milwaukee and send them home early. I can see that happening. Look, this Bucks team has not been in sync all year long. This season has been all about ups and downs. It's been an emotional roller coaster ride since Doc Rivers took over this team. There is no chemistry, athleticism, or drive on that team right now. Currently looking at that team right now, there's none of that. I'm telling you, they would be in the play-in if they were in the West. I'm just saying what it is. And obviously, the loss of Drew Holiday has had a devastating effect on them. He was somebody who was an elite defender, and he didn't need the basketball in his hands all the time to be effective. You didn't need him to be this primary scorer. He ran the offense. He led you defensively, and there were many nights where he set the tone as the offense ran smoothly. Can you name me anybody on that roster who can defend the way Holiday does? You don't have anybody on this team that's doing what he was doing defensively for Milwaukee. You don't have anybody doing much of anything on the defensive side of the ball. Nobody defends the perimeter. Their defensive philosophy has been letting opposing teams light them up. So yes, the opposition can get any open shot, basically any shot they want. It could turn ugly for the Bucks against Indiana. Absolutely. This is a terrible matchup for the Milwaukee Bucks. Their transition defense has been awful without Giannis, and I just don't think they can keep up with Indiana's pace. Not at all. And I'm just not confident enough that Doc Rivers can make adjustments to put his team in the best position. You have a hobbled Giannis and the regression of lame Dame. Sorry. I know that sounds disrespectful to call him lame, but it's been that kind of run during his time spent in Milwaukee. I don't trust Doc's defensive strategy. And the bench pieces won't be utilized appropriately. What makes you think he's going to use them appropriately now? First round exit with Dame and Giannis would be a colossal failure. No doubt about it. And losing in the first round 2 years in a row would be tough. When it comes to the Bucks, they really miss Drew Holiday. Simply horrendous. You were stupid to do this trade. You were very stupid to do that trade. You pair up Giannis with Dame, and no disrespect to Damian Lillard, but you paired up your big man with a guy who is all offense and no defense, and expected it to work. I think Drew Holiday is a great two-way player who can score and defend. He's good on both sides of the floor. We've seen that. So you give up Holiday, who was formerly with the Bucks. You then traded him as part of the Damian Lillard deal. And now your struggles on defense are more prevalent. Leonard and Beasley as backcourt mates. Oh my goodness. They are horrendous defensively. Damian Lillard has regressed. I think it's possible that Giannis could shut down his year and heal up thoroughly. I mean, why not? This team's not going anywhere. They're not getting far. I just feel like the Bucks, even though they have veterans with experience going up against a team with zero experience, it's easy to assume this team won't get past the Pacers. I'm sure they're hopeful they'll have Giannis in this series. It doesn't necessarily mean game one. The way this team is constructed, I just don't think experience is even enough to make a difference. Look, this is why the Bucks went out and got Damian Lillard to pair up Giannis with a shooter, right? And now it's up to him if Giannis is going to miss some time. It's up to Damian Lillard. But I'm not sure Dame can carry this offense. That was the problem in Portland. where he was basically a one-man show. I mean, you still have Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, and Brook Lopez, but that's like the role players he had in Portland. Basically, you're dragging this team. Not necessarily just flashy, big-name superstar players, but role players. In addition to that, they're all offense. Who's going to play defense or put in the effort on the other side of the floor? Who's going to put a hand in somebody's face? You didn't have a superstar sharing the ball with Giannis, and now that you have that in Dame, you've gotten worse as a team, collectively. Without Giannis, it's the next man up. It's up to Dame. That's the logic behind bringing in Damian Lillard. You got him to give your offense a boost. You chose offense over defense when you gave up your best defender for one of the game's best three-point shooters. A rebuild needs to be strongly considered in Milwaukee, especially if they lose in the first round. Changes have to come, and I will start with Doc Rivers. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate the love and support. Do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. We'll talk very soon. Thanks for watching, everyone.